Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Every game feels like a special one in Buenos Aires, even more so perhaps in this neighbourhood of Núñez, famously inhabited by a true heavyweight of South American football, River Plate. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Anderson is making a start here. I wonder what sort of a role is he expected to play, Jim?
Well, we're dealing with a real competitor here, Peter. Someone who's always going to fight to the end. He's got an eye for an interception, as well as a good pass. And most importantly, he'll just never stop running. I've got a feeling he's going to make a difference today.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And this is Dembele, and he's found a way past. Messi. It's going to be another corner, I think. It's their second corner of the game. Messi with the short one. And once more he proves rigid and robust. Serbia are looking to go forward now. Can he get on the end of this? Messi in acres of space out wide. Nice control. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
Messi with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
Well, I thought that run had balance and control, skill and strength. The sort of desire we hope will spread.
No way through. First quarter of an hour gone. Doué has the space to scheme. It's in, and that looks to me very much like an own goal.
That can happen to anyone. It's truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count. He's gone for goal. And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Messi proves just a little bit too strong. The sides separated then just by that one unfortunate moment. 1-0 the score. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And here's Lima. Oh, he's having a go! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Tries to pass it through. And this is Raul. Rodgers, very much a player of the moment. Lima gets on his bike and on the move. Rodgers! Oh, it's come loose. Serbia have it back and can go. Chance for a shot! That's another chance! And no mistake. And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Serbia are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
And he's managed to gift it back. And he was quick to react. Rashford. Dembele. Lima. Rodgers. Doué gets into a good position.
Pretty robust defending.
And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Argentina are down to 10 men. Rashford. That's an imaginative pass. And it's Lima. Adams goes looking wide. Plays a sharp little ball here. And that is going out for a goal kick. Serbia heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And the ball's come loose here. He'll try from distance. Oh, that wasn't far away.
Well, that would have asked some awkward questions of the keeper had it stayed on target.
That's destined for the flank. Rashford providing an outlet on that flank. And there's the shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
Couldn't squeeze it through. He's found a way through. And this is Messi. And again, he's sorted that out terrifically. So, third corner of the game. Cleared away. Engages and forces him off the ball. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Chance! And that's a good finish. And on the stroke of half-time, a priceless goal. Oh, and the referee has blown for half-time. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Serbia are leading, but it is still delicately poised. It's 2-1. Down to business again. Lima. That's going right the way across. Aimed at the far side. And a header! And there's a goal! But that is not going to count.
Yeah, spot on, although he takes issue with that.
A moment's uncertainty there, but it is the right call. And this is Messi. The ball has bounced loose now. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Hakimi cuts it out. Argentina have a free kick. Lima. And a shot! Sharp and fitting, but not quite.
A good disguise on that, though. I don't think many people would have expected him to absolutely clatter it the way he did.
Mukiele promptly onto that, and that is that. Played out to the left flank. Neymar has it out wide and in space. Oh, such a clever touch. Big chance! And that is wildly off target.
That's the threat he carries, Peter, running at defences like that, if only he managed to retain his composure.
Very nicely done. Good spot, that. Serginho. Messi going after that.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
That's very neat.
Argentina really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Nicely weighted ball. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Anderson does really well to win the ball there. Mukiele. Rodgers. Roll does well to get it back. Anderson. Great vision. He's had it taken off him. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Threads one in. Now who's going to be first to this? And there's his chance to lead the counter.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He's in a great position here. Cash. Due, and that is masterful defending.
Cambio en Argentina. Número 17. Lo reemplazará número 8.
Lima. And it's Due. Rodgers. And he can thump it away. He leaps for it. No, not the best of headers.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst decision in the world to go for the shot, even if he was being closely marshalled.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, he's got a sight of goal. Oh, that's an own goal!
I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
And that's it. And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Well, here we are with everything very much to play for. Win this one and they're going up. Incentives do not come much simpler or sweeter than that one. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary. And we should be in for something very special. Things already rolling. Serbia need all the support they can get here. To say this is crucial would be to understate massively. Rogers powering forward here. And the through ball. And no, that was never going to make it. Gordon is offering some sort of an apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out. You'd be hard-pressed to find someone as dependable in the box as the man leading the line here.
Ruud van Nistelrooy.
As prolific as they come, Peter, another Dutch predator who...
Bullish header! He will be livid with himself.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card. Now it's Neymar. Mignon breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Caicedo. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Stood up well to him there. It's played through for him. Van Nistelrooy. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. Serbia are seeing more of the ball, but still aren't carrying much goal threat. Plays a sharp little ball here. He won't be happy with that one. Tries to pass it through. And that should get the job done. Little doubt who they'll be aiming at here.
Yeah, it's only natural if you consider what a great header of the ball he is.
Adams! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Pato. Now that looks a decent ball. And the through ball. It's Pato! Goal! Inter! Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
Inter Milan have taken the lead.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Serbia are behind here despite their domination of possession. And it's Neymar. Pass is just off target. Aimed beyond the defence. Now it's Yamal. Zabani gets it clear. Referee's given a throw. Kubo was only too happy to help out in defence.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean. Kubo clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Caicedo. That's a sharp pass. Chance for a shot! Cleared without hesitation. Tries a shot! That is decidedly lacking.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper.
And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Tries to play it through. It's a promising position. That's a decent clearance. Caicedo. Oh, that isn't. He's going for goal! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Caicedo is offering a wry smile there. OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Getting up there! No, not the best of headers.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Gordon. Rodgers. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Quickly taken. Gordon. Now this could be a chance. Oh, good take in a good area.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Caicedo. Beckenbauer. Goes for goal! Oh, the ball's come loose here. And the referee says that is that for the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Serbia go in at half-time with a game to chase.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 8. Alexandre Pato. Lascia il campo per il
Down to business again.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave.
There's the shot! And he has his goal! They've come back, they've come roaring back. This is becoming quite a game. Complete awareness, he understood what was needed and he executed it smoothly.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
We're looking at a different game now.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Crunching tackle. Oh, he's having a go! That was quite a hit. Serbia disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Mukiele.
Mission 1 has been accomplished, so why not continue with the same approach?
Serbia couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. That is ended up in no man's land. Spread to the right. Doué chasing after it. Now it's Gordon.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And that should get the job done. Serbia have it back and can go again. Doué wants to... Decent chance! That's going to go a long way.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And oh, shooting chance!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Doué. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Look at this. Yamal! And again! Goal! Serbia! They have turned it round and they are celebrating. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on his movement.
Serbia leading now.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Silvestre is there to clear. Serbia are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Beckenbauer closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Beckenbauer. Yamal. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Oh, good climb! Oh no, it's an own goal!
I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
Well, who saw that? Good effort from distance. And no, he had to, and yet he could not.
Well, at least they're showing some positive intent now, Peter. That's the sort of urgency that's required when you do go behind.
Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Pass somewhat off target. Serginho is sporting a guilty look after that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
It's a pretty loose pass. Looking to play him in. Serbia can see it. A mere distant dream at the start of it all, but it is now very much within reach.
Exciting times ahead, but can they make sure they maintain control until the final whistle?
Shoots! And that really should have been that.
Well, he's looked very lively. He really wants to put this game to bed.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Rodgers, certainly one of the players of the week. Oh, that's ambitious. Zabani is the guilty party there. And no surprise, that's a booking. Well, it is plumb centre, but it is a fair way out on the very cusp of credible shooting range. And that's it. And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. Serbia get ready for another crack at the big prize. Will they get the win they need to get their campaign off to a flying start, or will their bubble burst over the course of the next 90 minutes? Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So straight into the action.
Well, Guillermo Ochoa is very often seen as a big cult hero, but he is a goalkeeper too, Jim, of considerable distinction, isn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely one of the more communicative keepers out there, and he's always had great command over his defence. I suppose what makes him a so-called cult hero is his unpredictability.
Good effort from distance. And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Modern football for you. You get zero time to think on the ball, take too long, and that happens, it gets pinched.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. That's destined for the flank. And it's Davis. Threads one in. That is a great pick out. Goes for a shot! Goal! Serbia! And Serbia score first. Was there ever any doubt?
Well, when you get in that position, it's all about composure. Panic can't come into it, and it didn't.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Ribery. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Goes looking wide. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Caught offside that time. Serbia leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Passing is crisp and sharp. Lima. It's a great gallop down the right-hand side. Oh, played right into his path. Lima. Goes for goal! And that's off target.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Now, can they get him away? Now the delivery. And the ball is out of play. Romeu. Zielinski. And it's Ugarte. And it's Ribery. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Lima. Looking to play him in. Doué gets into a good position. And he shoots! Fair effort, he reacted well.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Romeu. Now Ugarte. He's gone forward. And it's Zielinski. Now it's Mbappe. Back where it came from. Romeu. Barcelona have it back and can go again. Van Dijk. Piqué. Zielinski. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. It's a pretty loose pass. Now it's Mbappe. Mukiele gets across to intercept that. And here's Mbappe. There they go, hunting in packs. Davis. Romeu. Ugarte. Played out towards the right wing. And he's managed to get free. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. He's picked his way through. Doué. Cross needs to be... Bullish header! He's got a goal! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So it's away we go then. Well, now the opposition are going to have to find something pretty special to stop Lionel Messi today, aren't they, Jim?
Yeah, the man is an absolutely born winner. You just feel that with him on the pitch, anything is possible.
And what's more, he brings out the best in his teammates.
Yeah, I think he just gives them that confidence that they can overcome whatever the opposition throws at them, and he leads by example, of course, and will probably come up with something.
Pass is just off target. Played out towards the right wing. Threads one in.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Tries to get it clear. Neymar. Can he get it through? Yamal. Looking for the far post. Anderson. And he's had it nicked away. Havertz going forward. And he's intervened well there. That's been cut out, well played. Knocks it into space. He has found the way through. Now the delivery. Cleared without hesitation. Oh, now this is interesting, and the referee has pointed to the spot. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. This for 1-0. Terrific save by Manuel. Well, would you believe that?
It really wasn't a confident penalty, Peter. It was almost like he was trying too hard to second-guess what the keeper was trying to do.
That's put paid to the danger. And here's Havertz. And here's Messi. Serbia, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Nicely shaped ball. Oh, he's found support out wide. Great ball, and he's in here. Big chance! Now, who's going to... He's having a shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Doué actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
He's found a way past. And that is expertly dealt with. Now it's Doué. Rodgers. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. There's the crossfield ball. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Well, that's clear cut. It's a free kick. And he is going into that little black book. Adams calmly anticipates. Now there's one of the players of the week. He's going for goal! Not a bad try by any means.
Well, it wasn't the worst decision, really. He certainly had enough belief to take it on.
Played into space. Anderson. Neymar. Yamal providing an outlet on that flank.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Nicely weighted ball. Oh, that's fabulous. Shot could be on. Shapes to shoot! And he should have made them pay.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Serbia have the chance to go the other way. And that is out of play. Ah, good steal, he just read it. Yamal, spread out to the left. He's got away, in towards the back stick. And it's claimed by the keeper. Neymar, Havertz, bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And it's Neymar, goes for the shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Neymar. Messi. Now it's Yamal. He is through here. It's a sweeping cross. Bissouma. Besiktas do have a chance to counter here. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And the referee has signalled for half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. So between them, no goals at all so far.
Yeah, 0-0, but definitely not from the want of trying. There's been plenty of industry and hard work, as well as some good defending, so I wouldn't be too dismissive just yet.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action.
Substitutions taking place.
So we're off again.
Serbia are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
And it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Now who's going to be first to this? Rodgers. Header! And no mistake. Oh, but the flag's up.
And needless to say, he disagrees.
Disappointment and relief on either side. Nothing doing. Bissouma. Well, that is one way to stop him. Looking for the run. It's a searching pass. Besiktas have it back and can go again. Now, can they get him away? He's found a way through. Shoots! And he's done it! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
After 56 minutes is number 15, Tunjai Shanli.
Substitution for Serbia. Number 8. Coming on to replace him is...
Serbia choosing to make the first change.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
So we have the first goal.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
And the finish! And he has kept it out somehow.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Rodgers with the clearance. Serbia are looking to go forward now. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's picked his way through. Shot a goal! Goal! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look...
Messi! Oh, it's come off the upright. And that would have been some goal.
Messi just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge, and he'll rise to it.
And he's gone long. Rodgers. Serbia do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. It's a great gallop down the right-hand side. Aimed beyond the defence. This looks chance! Goal! Besiktas! And they've got their lead back. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
And he's done it again, he's got his second.
Substitution for Serbia, number 13.
Serbia can make their change now with a break in play.
Well, I think his job here, Peter, is going to be to reinvigorate that attack. Just change the rhythm up front.
Besiktas leading now. Can he get on the end of this? Can he latch on to this? That is good strength. Oh, robust challenge. Deftly away. No foul, says the referee. Bissouma tries to play it through. Serginho.
Besiktas clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And here's Vlahovic. Doué. Koundé gets it away. Chance for a shot! Oh, he'd love to have another go at that.
Lamine Yamal really wanted that, didn't he? Probably a little too much, to be honest.
Just eases him off the ball. That's good running with the ball. Not the most accurate pass. Neymar. Passing is crisp and sharp. And it's made its way to him. Driving through the middle. And they're back on the ball. Applies the finish! And the difference is still one, but only just.
Well, I think that look says it all, Peter. Brilliant save from the keeper. He read the situation superbly.
Substitution.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Impressive jump! No, he didn't quite meet it right. Plays a sharp little ball here.
Besiktas nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
And this is Ronaldo. Messi. And he's got away from him. It's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
Cristiano Ronaldo! A wonderful effort all by himself.
Cristiano Ronaldo clearly is trying to be too clever there. He should have gone with his instincts.
Four added minutes on the board. That is ended up in no man's land. He's shifting through the gears here. Manuel. And the referee brings it to a close. A game of margins of thrills, the sort of game that is a great advertisement for our sport. Sad in a way that somebody had to lose. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, the game plan for me just looked a little confused, and the crowd seemed to pick up on this early on, and it just created a kind of negative vibe around the whole stadium, and I think this performance was one best deleted from the memory bank now.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Serbia against Egypt.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle. Well, it's not very often that we single out the team's goalkeeper as their most influential player, but I suppose we can make a special exception for this fella, Iker Casillas, Jim.
No doubt about that, Peter. I mean, whether it's through making saves or...
That's rather hopeful. And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. Egypt have the chance to go the other way. And it's made its way to him. Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Could move up a gear here. Adams cuts it out. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative. Oh, it's...
Goes for a shot! Xavi Alonso. Rafinha.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Iniesta had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
Now it's Batistuta. Nicely weighted ball.
That was lovely, that.
He's found a way through. And it's hoisted clear. Still goalless at the moment. Now it's Mbappe. Can he spark a counter here? And he's managed to gift it back. Well, that pass isn't the best. Spread to the right. Knocks it into space. Beckenbauer cuts out the pass. Mignon sends that a long way. Rodgers, very much a player of the moment. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Threads one in. Oh no, he's got that wrong. Adams gets across to intercept that. Good running, strong and purposeful. Tries to pass it through. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Rafinha. And he was alert to it. Now he's off and running. Rodgers. Oh, good take in a good area. Rafinha. Oh, they can break here. Great vision. Iniesta.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Lukiele. And it's Barella. Beckenbauer. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well timed, excellent interception. Distributed tidily. That'll be a throw-in. Rodgers. And here's Doué. Now Anderson. Beckenbauer. That's destined for the flank. An instinctive delivery. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. It's a really well-measured ball. Now it's Doué. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside.
Substitution for Serbia. Number 20.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
Bellingham. He's got away. Doué. He's had a shot! It's in he goes again. Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
He's a lucky boy there. You lose the ball like that, and usually you're going to get punished.
Well read, nice interception. And he's managed to get free. Played into the... And he shoots! Oh, crossbar! No, just not quite.
Well, was he a little smarter then, Peter, than he needed to be? I'm not sure he needed to cut it as fine as he did. He had enough of the goal to aim at.
Tries to play it through. Good read, needed to be. Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
Mbappe Receives it in a good position. And the shot! Marvellous goal!
Well, that's very much changed the complexion. It's also changed mindsets and moods in both teams, and it had to be him.
His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just...
And that signals the end of the first period. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework, and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
Serbia leading via the game's only goal, 1-0 at the break. We're on the move again.
Serbia definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave your...
Oh no, what has happened here? Mbappe! Terrific effort! He's having a shot! He's got away with one there.
Modern football for you. You get zero time to think on the ball. Take too long, and that happens. It gets pinched.
Shevchenko. Lovely pass, but can he... Takes a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
It's their second corner of the game. It's run loose, who's going to get there? Oh, he's given that plenty, but no. Serbia have their third corner. Beckenbauer goes short. In towards the back stick. Rodgers trying to keep this in. Getting up there! Firm header just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
And smartly reclaimed. And he cuts out the supply. Looking for the run. Decent chance! And that's a good finish. And there it is, his 10th goal, his first mini milestone.
Was there ever any doubt?
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
Oh, shooting chance! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff.
And that really is so impressive.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Serbia find a position of real strength now.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every
chance. And how did he not make it four?
Oh, it's a brilliant effort, you have to say that. He clearly wanted to do it in style.
Corner number 4 coming up here. He's rising! He will be livid with himself. Now there's a fine ball. And the shot! They're up to 5 corners now. Oh, great leap! Oh, good finish. That is how you do it. A goal to launch his new life, his new chapter. Great corner, and he did the rest.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Serbia are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Against Serbia.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, we're on the way. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, this fella, Maignan, we all remember him, Peter, from his stint in his native France. That time he took an unfancied side to the title against all the odds. I think he had 21 clean sheets.
And a header! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Could move up a gear here. Just eases him off the ball. And it's Neymar. Van Dijk gets over and intercepts. Tries to play it through. Mbappe in acres of space out wide. Tries to get it clear. Valverde. Is that a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. And it's Zielinski. Mbappe! Goal! Galatasaray! And Galatasaray have the lead.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
Serbia finding themselves unexpectedly behind. And this is Neymar. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. He's one on charge, surely! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And that would have been some goal.
Well, it came to nothing in the end, but it certainly got the crowd going.
Galatasaray with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. They get a throw in.
Serbia really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Now it's Yamal. Now can he find a finish? Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Threads one in. He is through here. Neymar's cross. And that's the keeper's ball. Goulet. Well, that has not gone well. Played out to the left flank. Alexander-Arnold wins the duel this time. And he's managed to get free. It's a good-looking delivery. Oh, good effort! Oh, split-second reaction.
Doué clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Impressive jump! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Mbappe looking understandably energised after his goal. Long ball by the goalkeeper. That's a throw. It's a pretty loose pass. Anderson. Doué. And that has been cut short. Sabani. Passing is crisp and sharp. And That's really well manoeuvred. Driving forward. He has found the way through. And he's made sure that's not getting through. And it's slung out wide. Now it's Goulet. He won't be happy with that one. Space for him to turn and look. Big chance! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And he can thump it away. Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
This their second corner of the game. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Galatasaray are looking to go forward now. And reclaimed it in a trice. He's got away. That is lovely. Decent chance! He's done very well to get to that.
Mbappe actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Galatasaray have their second corner now. And it's been taken short. And now they can spring out of defence. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Van Dijk can get it clear.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
That is a brilliant interception. Anderson. Neymar. Neymar running with intent. Now it's Doué. Great chance! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Doué is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Valverde. Now he's off and running. That is ended up in no man's land.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Yamal receives it in a wide position. Oh, played right into his path. Goes for a shot! It's a goal! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to...
And the whistle goes for half-time.
Well, I don't think most of us were expecting a second, Peter. It's become pretty much the ideal half.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest.
Substitution for Galatasaray, number 23, Ilhan Mansons. Coming on to replace him is number 21, Ferran Torres. Substitution in progress.
So we're underway for the second half.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Keeper's got good distance on that. Succumbs to the pressure. Doué chasing after it. Stood up well to him there. Doué is flagged offside. Now it's Ferran Torres. Mbappe is in a really good position out wide. Not the most accurate pass. And it's Zielinski. Spread out to the left. Neymar gets into a good position. Oh, that's fabulous. Takes a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. It looks as though the ref has given a penalty. He has. Serbia have themselves a chance from the spot. So where will he go? Oh, it's hit the post! And that's one back! A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
It's in, but only just. The keeper guessed correctly, and a heart-and-mouth moment for the taker.
After 53 minutes is number 14, Desiree Doué.
Serbia cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
What a difference a half-time rocket.
And the shot! That's a smartly directed ball. Valverde, challenged just a bit on the firms. There's the shot! And he has kicked it out somehow.
Mbappe is offering a wry smile there.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Neymar is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Oh, that's well spotted. Nicely aimed pass. And a shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out! And once more he proves rigid and robust.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. Real chance! Oh, it's come off the upright. That's going to go a long way.
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it, and I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Serbia are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Alexander-Arnold spots it and intercepts. Nicely weighted ball. Neymar, he's picked his way through. Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. Games hinge on moments like this. A formality, we're level. Not much more than a formality.
Yeah, the keeper was trying to make him think that he was going to dive one way here. Could have just held a little longer.
substitution for Galatasaray. Number 11.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. Well, there's going to be a major shake-up in the attack here.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what system they'll be playing with now, Peter.
Coming on the field.
Well, what a game we have on our hands here.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Number 22, Erling Haaland. Substitution.
That is good alertness. Now that looks a decent ball.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Punched away.
Galatasaray clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Hazard picks it up out wide. It's Hazard! Goal! Galatasaray! And they've got their lead back. That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Galatasaray leading now.
What a great time to score, but it does give the manager a real headache. Does he sit on this lead now, or try and finish it off?
And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. He's in a great position here. And he's quick to return it. No, not quite on the same wavelength. And he's taking no chances there. It's a throw-in. He is through here. That's the keeper's ball.
Galatasaray can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Looking for the run.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and
Shot a goal! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Ferran Torres really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Corner number 3 coming up. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Serbia have the chance to go the other way. And here's Güler. Aimed beyond the defence. Back to the keeper it goes. 5 minutes to add.
There they go, hunting again.
Throw in. And it's Camavinga. Van Dijk. Donnarumma. And that's that. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the margins, it was decided. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle. The peerless Didier Drogba, just a standout hero to so many.
One of Africa's finest and a huge reputation for being a big game player.
Big games, 9 goals in 9 cup finals during his time in London. By any measure, those are pretty special numbers.
Why, he's very much adored.
A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. It's a really well-measured ball. Nicely weighted ball. Barcelona do have a chance to counter here. Anderson. Adams. Chooses to go crossfield. Now it's Doué. And he's picked out the run. He leaps for it. He will be livid with himself. Guardiola. Dani Olmo will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Now it's Dani Olmo. And this is Van Nistelrooy. And Van Nistelrooy! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
He came in hard, very hard. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Looking to play him in. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Lacking in accuracy.
I was expecting him to play it in until I saw his run-up.
Van Nistelrooy. Barella makes the interception. Doué in acres of space out wide. That is good strength. Van Nistelrooy, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. Rodgers, he's found a way through. There's the header! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Shoots! Goal! Serbia! Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Serbia already with the upper hand and looking to turn it into something close to dominance. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Adams wins the duel this time. Rodgers. Looking for the run. Rodgers wants to run onto this. Caught offside that time. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. What? He's had a shot! He's got away with one there. And we have our very first corner. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Looking for options for movement. Chance for a shot! He'll try from distance! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time.
Oh, we expected better, and so did he. And that's definitely not his best. Anderson. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Takes a shot! Oh, good finish! Such thrill, such noise, and how this matters! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila,